Mention World War II and submarines in the same breath, and most people think German U-boats and the Battle of the Atlantic. Beginning in late 1939 until their defeat in the spring of 1943, Hitler's U-boats sank more than 3,500 Allied merchant ships loaded with food, weapons, and raw materials destined for Great Britain and the Soviet Union from ports in North America. This U-boat onslaught came perilously close to defeating Great Britain, already reeling under air attack from Nazi Germany. Unknown to most people, even to those with more than a passing interest in World War II, is that, like the Battle of the Atlantic, the war waged by American submarines in the Pacific theater against the merchant marine of Axis Japan played a major factor in that country's defeat. It was, as submarine historian Clay Bair remarked, a war within a war. It was so successful that some have argued it was the liquidation of Japan's merchant marine and the blockade of the home islands by U.S. submarines, and not the atomic bomb, that ultimately defeated Japan. True or not, the facts are impressive. By early 1945, Japan's ability to import raw materials and food had about reached its end. Imports had been strangled by the U.S. submarine blockade of the home islands. According to the Post-War Joint Army-Navy Assessment Committee, JANAC, American submarines sank 1,314 Japanese merchant ships, totaling 5.3 million tons, not including cargoes, while Japan's merchant marine complement of 122,000 men suffered 116,000 casualties. This was accomplished by a submarine force of roughly 280 submarines and 50,000 officers and men, including staff and support personnel. It was a costly victory. The U.S. lost 52 subs, 41 of them to direct enemy action. Of the approximately 15,000 men who made war patrols, casualties totaled about 3,500. This war of all-out attrition, that is, unrestricted submarine warfare, ranged over 8 million square miles of Pacific Ocean, a truly immense area. At the beginning of the war, it seemed to the Allies an impossible task to retake this conquered territory from the Japanese. And while the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941 had badly damaged the U.S. Pacific Surface Fleet, it had not damaged the submarine fleet, which began offensive operations on December 8th. It took time for the U.S. Navy to recover from the attack, but with dogged determination and flexible aggressive tactics, American subs slowly began to push back the far-flung outer ring of territories that had been captured and garrisoned by the Japanese. To survive, these garrisons required uninterrupted deliveries of food, weapons, and fuel in quantities that could be transported only by Japanese ships that were prime targets for U.S. submarine torpedoes. As ship sinkings mounted, the ring of territories with its fragile network of shipping lanes shrank until it collapsed.